And now we venture closer to Luminarium with another lyric reading and explanation. Story time! This week's track, the first single off my new record, Luminarium, is called Why. A sunrise demise, despite a parent's sacrifice, screams from the waste room, drops on tiny deaf ears, dread and doom. Choose to appease because it feels good to please. Strip the stripes from your back and watch your soul bleed. On your knees, hand held high, are the keys. Scoop the stars from your eyes and practice blasphemy. Soul worn dry, a life filled with lies. Mundane drain, never asking why. Warnings of a changing world, one side's lines becoming blurred. Remain silent, never shaken or stirred, realizing now you'll never be cured. Choose to appease because it feels good to please. Strip the stripes from your back and watch your soul bleed. On your knees, hand held high, are the keys. Scoop the stars from your eyes and practice blasphemy. Soul worn dry, a life filled with lies. Mundane drain, never asking why. Never make public, you've got things to hide. Create a home for angels to thrive. Planting flowers as if it'll make things green. Play both sides, be the evil in between. Would rather associate with the most vile. Exist in a hole hiding behind a smile. Preach about accepting, practice rejecting. A spigot for a bigot, bisecting. Choose to appease because it feels good to please. Strip the stripes from your back and watch your soul bleed. On your knees, hand held high, are the keys. Scoop the stars from your eyes and practice blasphemy. Soul worn dry, a life filled with lies. Mundane drain, never asking why. And so this song, it is about a specific person, but that specific person also represents an entire group of people. And people that I know, people I'm related to, people, friends, that I have, when things really started to change in 2020, and telling these people things are changing, and you're going to have to choose a side. And if you don't choose a side will be chosen for you. And you're not going to like who adopts you. Because the quickest ones to adopt are authoritarians, the fascists. They're the ones that you're going to get scooped up into and then all of a sudden be part of these groups and not even realize that you're there. These are the types of people that, that will say things like, you're talking to them about current events and they'll say things like, oh, I can't deal with that right now. That's too stressful for me. I just have too much going on in my life and, I got other things I got to take care of and that's just too much. Which is just the pure definition of privilege. Like, oh, I can't handle that right now because I've got to do my inventory in the morning. So I got to get some rest. So while an authoritarian enforcement agency has got the same funding as the military, is violating people's constitutional rights of due process and deporting them even though they're United States citizens. I can't deal with that. I got inventory in the morning. I gotta write paychecks for my employees. I just can't deal with this right now. And it's like, well, it must be nice to feel like they're never going to come for you. Because the thing is, like, these groups are setting things up in a way that make it to where you're not affected right now. But if, again, you get scooped up into it and you don't know that you're part of it, and then you're like, I don't like this, and then you're like, oh, I want to file a complaint. It's like, oh, no. You file a complaint, you get deported. You get locked up. You're going to see some incinerators. Dissent is not allowed. There is no complaint department. It is join or die. And so that's what this is about, is just those people that just can't be bothered to entertain being informed, and then having empathy and compassion, and potentially just participate in the ways that you can to be the resistance. And so a couple of the lines in this song that I really, really liked, every time I listen to this song, there's a couple lines that really just jump out at me, and I love them, which is, strip the stripes from your back and watch your soul bleed. Scoop the stars from your eyes and practice blasphemy. And so that line, strip the stripes from your back and watch your soul bleed, that is about, I mean, if you don't understand it, but it's about these right-wingers who prop up the American flag as this beacon of freedom and all good things America, while they're standing next to authoritarians. It makes absolutely no sense. This country was founded on being anti-oligarch, anti-authoritarian, anti-monarchy, anti-dictator, anti-fascist. And so, yeah, it's basically like, if you don't hold those values, you should have the American aspects of it, the freedom aspects of it, stripped from you. You know, you should have the things that flag represents taken from you, and watch your soul bleed. The soul of America is bleeding, you know. So it's like a patch, and having, it's like, whether the military aspect of it is, you know, being a traitor, treason, you know, having your patches, your medals stripped from you, kind of thing, and maybe have your America t-shirt stripped from you, you know. It's and watch your soul bleed, because you've betrayed the soul of this country. And then, you know, scoop the stars from your eyes and practice blasphemy. That's a play on the verses Matthew 5:29 and Matthew 18 in the Bible, you know, because these groups are very religious to the point of extreme. And so Jesus uses hyperbole to emphasize the radical action needed to avoid sin. The verses state that it is better to lose an eye or hand than to have your whole body thrown into hell, meaning one should remove any sinful temptation from their life, regardless of how valuable it seems. And so there's that, you know, the scooping of your eyes, because these people are just drawn to authoritarianism. They seem to be drawn to fear and hate and anger, and this is leading to violence. It's crazy, you know, watching someone be unalived, and then everyone saying, you know, everyone being like, we don't condone political violence, and then the people on the right saying, we don't condone political violence, but we're also going to get revenge, and this is war. And then it hasn't even been 30 days, and there's already been a bunch of violence and unalivings by people who are talking about you know, the one guy. And so it's just crazy, you know. So that's ultimately kind of what this song is about. It's just about those people that are sitting there in the middle that won't choose a side, and I think those are the people that are paving the way. You know, they're not anti-fascist, they're not pro-fascist, but they are laying the bricks for fascists to walk. They are assisting them. They are accomplices in the madness and the violence, whether they like it or not. And, you know, like I said, there's going to come a time where they're going to be sitting there not realizing where they are. They're going to dissent, and then it's not going to be so good. And we're going to be sitting here going, we told you so. We've been trying to tell you for years this is a problem. So anyways, hope you enjoy the new track. Hope you've listened to the single on all the streamings, and check it out on YouTube. Thank you so much for hanging out.